All right, finally got some decent weather. It's like 70 degrees out, perfect. Wind blowing, fantastic. This is the perfect working weather. But anyways, let's get into it. It's been 3 months, had employees. I'll give you my thoughts. Let's take care. All right, so we've had employees now full-time for 3 months going on. We'll get to it in here. Now it's just an employee, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. So how it's been going? How do I like it? You know, pros and cons. We'll get into it here. Let's just start off. How much money I've paid in this 3 months, 1/4 of a year, is $17,840 is basically my employee expense for labor wise. That's not including the $3,000 or $2,900 for workman's comp for the one employee that I have now, and then that's not including what I'm going to go into is the money that the mistakes they've made that's cost me money as well. So we'll get into that. Now, is this a good thing? Hiring employees, was it the right move? And I'll have to say absolutely yes. It was absolutely the correct move. One employee didn't work out. We'll get to that. I won't get into any of the details or anything like that. But we parted ways, and it is what it is. Could I have used them? Obviously, yes. But hey, it is what it is. He was a little unhappy. I was obviously found some mistakes, and we parted ways. So let's leave it at that. So down to one employee who's showing great promise, willing to learn. Little green as far as things he doesn't know as much as the other employee who is not with us anymore, but absolutely 100% always on time. Great communication skills. I think that's a good starting block. I can work with everything else. I can uptrain, doesn't matter. I'll take it for sure. So has his own transportation, is punctual, all the good stuff. So that being said, couple of the pros for having employees, if you guys are thinking about it on the fence, start small, 1 or 2 employees. Don't go hiring a complete crew. I would just recommend 1 employee or 2 and go from there. Definitely a force multiplier. I mean, if you guys have, years and years ago, running cabling, putting up, TVs, it's so much easier with 2 people just on site, just 2 people. It makes everything just easier. You can send them to clean up. They can be doing something. It makes the job site efficient, and you got to keep them efficient, obviously, to make them make them worth their rate, obviously. But so if I'm dealing with a customer, my employee is cleaning up, doing other things, that way I don't have to do it. And what took me usually all day, now it takes me less than all day, right? So it's been working out for sure. I do enjoy it. It's a little, tenuous as far as keeping them busy all the time, because there's some downtime, which is fine. There's some downtime in every job, I'm sure. So having the 2 employees was great. They both, I guess, they got along fine, got to work. Quality of work was not up to par with the 1 employee. And I'll get to that in the cons. But the pros, absolutely. It makes my job easier. It makes me working on a job easier, lifting doors, windows, whatever it is. Having 2 people or 3, it absolutely just makes your life easier as a business owner, because you don't have to struggle as much. So definitely worth it. Absolutely, 100%. I am going forward. We're having employees, right? So now finding quality subcontractors is another story. Another video altogether. So that's, they're few and far between for sure. So the cons. Now the cons for employees, you gotta look, your overhead. They're hourly, or you're doing 1099, most likely hourly. So that's overhead. You're going to have to, accumulate every week no matter what. Workman's comp, any additional insurance you're going to need for that as well. It's all costs, which means you're going to have to raise your rates. I'm raising my rates as well, again, just because I have to. I mean, I'm providing a service to a customer, and I believe, it is what it is. It's market value, and going by what I am offering the customer, and I'm trying to get other contractors on site to do work. I mean, it's not even close. Like, it's not even close. I'm too cheap, that's for sure. But so the cons, if the employee is not, is not nearly as trained as you are, obviously you're the business owner, you're gonna have to uptrain them. It's gonna take time. They're gonna make mistakes. I'm absolutely okay with them making mistakes. They've made plenty of mistakes, taking all day to hang one door kind of thing, or putting a staple through a cable and not knowing about it. And it goes back to, I have to inspect them and all, make sure the work is up to par and everything like that. The one employee was setting up shutters on the house, and just was either something happened and either they forgot to, but they didn't secure them correctly, and so now I have to either rebuild or buy new shutters for a customer. It's a cost. It is what it is. I should have inspected every shingle, or every shutter, not every shingle, but every shutter that he installed, just to make sure. I did not. My fault. And now I'm paying for a couple of new shutters and spraying them and painting them. It is what it is. He's not with us anymore, but I've got, the customer is my customer, not theirs. I'm making sure it's right. We're good to go, under warranty. No problem. They are absolutely, completely, they're happy. They're getting 2 new shutters. It is what it is, right? So, that's the cost. Training, their mistakes cost you money and time. So, I built a job, something super simple. It might take me an hour. It's going to take them probably 2 to 3 hours. They're not familiar with my tool setup. They're not familiar, it is what it is. But that's, that if they can eventually, keep doing the job over and over again, they'll get proficient at it. And we're, right on pace with just, moving, trucking along, right? So training is going to take some time. It's been 3 months, so obviously I've seen some growth as well. They can do work. He can do work. We're getting to the point where it's like, all right, not too bad. We can, I can leave them on site, or leave them on site, take care of something. I can come on later because I'm always, keeping the business moving, other customers, running errands. Something happened with my kid. So I can get to the job site a little later, and things have actually gotten done, which is fantastic. Saves me time, saves me stress. I like it. So, but back to the cons, overhead, workman's comp, it's in the cost to the business. It's absolutely a cost to the business. Matter of fact, it's probably the most expensive thing in the business right now is obviously labor. Labor is the most expensive thing because it's, every week, no matter what, workman's comp on top of that, monthly payment. But we get so much more done. We can get a lot of things done. It works out. It absolutely does. Saves me time. And working on the notes, we're working on my, bills and everything like that. I mean, we're making money. So now, not as much as I want to. That's why I'm raising my rates. But we're still making money. We need to cut down on the mistakes a little bit, but shoot, I make mistakes too still. So I mean, it is what it is. Trial and error. Hey, we'll stand behind our work and we'll get it right? So, or we'll hire somebody who knows how to do it. But yeah. So 3 months in, we are less than $20,000 in payroll, because obviously that's for one guy for 3 months and then another guy for about 2 months, I want to say. So it's not 2 full guys for 3 months. So. Yeah, if you're on the fence about hiring employees, make sure you vet them. I would recommend you make sure you do some homework on them, Facebook stalk them, whatever you need to do, because it's important for sure. And yeah, they absolutely are an asset to a business as long as they're quality, they're willing to learn, and they're not afraid of power tools, right? So I think that's about all I have to say about it. We're trucking along. We'll give you a 6-month update when it comes around, and that'll probably be around Christmas. Yeah, Christmas? I honestly, I don't even know. I think so. November, December, something like that. So, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll get these problems fixed, and it costs money when your employees make mistakes. It costs money, but as long as we don't have them the same mistakes over and over again, then we don't have problems. If we're doing something new, there's gonna be mistakes, right? So, learn from them, and we can grow. Appreciate it, guys. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.